Hello, and welcome to Cooking with Calista, or rather baking. Today we are making chocolate cupcakes that are gluten-free.
For every assignment, you need to synthesize, analyze, and do some stinking thinking.
Alright, so the recipe I'm using is for muffins. Now, I wanted chocolate cupcakes, so I am putting some hot chocolate packets in it, just to make it more delightful.
I'm not gonna lie, adaptation is important.
I am terrible at cooking, so we are learning together here. We will need some coconut flour, some baking soda, some salt, some cupcake liner thingies, some maple syrup, some coconut oil, eggs, and for the icing, butter, powdered sugar, milk, and food coloring.
For every assignment, you need to synthesize, analyze, and do some stinking thinking.
Alright, let's get started. So first, we need to crack and beat 6 eggs. That's a lot of eggs. The proportions seem rather interesting for this recipe. So here's 1 egg. Oh no. 2 eggs. Again. This is egg number 6. I use a fork, but you can use a whisk if you'd like, but forks are my style. Now, you see, sometimes I get angry, and apparently baking and like cooking and stuff makes it better. That's what I've heard. So we'll see, but I like the idea of beating something. Now we wash our hands. We add a 1/2 cup of maple syrup. Oh yeah. There's a 1/2 cup. Thank you, Gabe, for the nice maple syrup we have here.
Adding the other ingredients to this recipe represents analyzation.
Let's stir that in. We will have to add 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Okay, first we have to melt it to measure it. So I'm gonna stick this in the microwave. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it's not a terrible idea.
Melting the coconut oil represents some stinking thinking. Now, unlike in this recipe, you're gonna have to use a lot of stinking thinking in every single assignment you have.
It's a little bit like a liquid. Drippy, drippy. So now we measure 1/4 cup. And something I learned is to stir continuously. Otherwise you're going to get solid chunks because of the temperature difference. But that's all mixed and is relatively not chunky, which is good. We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That seems like it's good enough. All right. Oh yeah. Miss Chocolate Hot Powder. Okay. Oh. Also, I'm sorry for disappointing you, Aunt Kathy. Alright, so 4 hot chocolate packets in, and we're still gonna get that mix on. Gotta use your hips. Don't get the marshmallow kind of hot chocolate. I mean, unless you want a few surprises. So this part, I recommend using an electric mixer, but because I don't know where that is in this kitchen, I'm not gonna use it. Alright, so next we add a half cup of coconut flour. So here's about a half a cup. Pop that sucker in there. Alright. And because all of the ingredients here do not contain wheat, barley, or rye, you cannot overmix these cupcakes because no gluten will be formed. So, you in foods class can tell Mrs. Bergen you learned something new. Kind of chunky. Chunky. You know, this mixture is like the perfect dad bod. Not too chunky, just chunky enough. Alright. So now we're gonna get our muffin tin, which may or may not have been washed, but should have been washed. And place our muffin liners, cupcake liners in each slot. Now that all the liners are in there, we need to distribute evenly. We can use a rubber spatula to help us get all of the ingredients from off the sides to maximize the amount of batter each cupcake has. I forgot to preheat the oven. To do well in Mrs. Bauer's class, you must have good time management, unlike shown here. To make the icing, we need powdered sugar, food coloring, milk, butter, and vanilla. We need to melt 1 stick or a half cup of butter in the microwave. Alright, so 2 tablespoons of milk. 1, 2. Next, we need 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Now we add 2 cups of powdered sugar. 1, 2. This is buttercream icing, and we will need to let it cool a little bit before we put it on our cupcakes. Alright, now to decorate, we're going to use a Ziploc bag and cut the corner off of it. But first, we make a little, turn it kind of inside out, and put the icing in it.
Here, hold the mic.
Now, to get an A in Bauer's class, you really need that perfect icing. That's how you get an A.
Now, we wait for them to cool to put our icing. To ice cupcakes, you have to wait till they're cool. Otherwise, this happens, and the icing melts and goes everywhere. The ice, with our little corner cut out of the bag, we simply just squeeze and put a almost generous amount on each cupcake. Here is the finished product. Tasty, delicious, iced. I'm so proud of us. Reflection is a huge part of every assignment too. And to reflect on this video I made, I probably should have made it more about the class than cooking cupcakes. But hey, I'm pretty food driven. I wish you, the future students of Mrs. Bauer's W131 Com 114 class, good luck. And this is Calista, signing off.
Hello.
This is Sarah.
Her assistant. How do you have a boyfriend?
I would like to take a moment to appreciate how my iPad has been set up during the first portion of this video. Oh yeah. Engineering hacks.
Go.
Go? As in eat the cupcake?